Hi ladies, welcome to the Lady Lounge. So in today's video, we're going to be talking a bit about the one-sided beef that's coming from Love Island cast member Huda towards her co-cast member Olandria. We're going to be talking about the psychology behind women like Huda. Why do women like Huda behave the way that they do? How Black women can spot women like Huda from a mile away and how to protect ourselves from these women. And then we're also going to end it off with talking about what this tells us about the true societal positioning of Black women in society as far as the beauty hierarchies are concerned. Now, without wasting any further time, let us get started. Now, starting off strong with the psychology of women like Huda. One thing that we've come to notice, I'm sure that I noticed this, and I'm sure that a lot of you, if you watch the show or you know anything about the Islanders after the show, is the fact that Huda has a daughter, and Huda's daughter happens to be mixed with Black. So this tells us that Huda does have experience being in romantic relationships with Black men. Well, we can at least conclude that she has had a relationship with at least one Black man before the show, who is the father of her daughter. Now, what does this tell us about Huda? Well, we know for sure that there are so many non-Black women who chase after Black men because they feel like they cannot meet the beauty standards of their own society. And so they flock over to Black men because they know that Black men have a tendency of being colorist and basically uplifting anything light or bright over Black women, and especially dark-skinned Black women. These kind of women get accustomed to having Black men lift them up over Black women. When they enter spaces where Black women are present, they feel entitled to the male attention in the room over Black women, even if this male attention is coming from Black men. And they are also usually in an inherent stance of competition when it comes to Black women. For example, they will try and go after the men that they think Black women are interested in. It's almost like they want to purposely compete with Black women because they think that it is a winning game for them. Of course, a Black man is going to choose them over a Black woman. And we noticed this when it came to Huda on Love Island. You know, Shelly was interested in Chris, all of a sudden she's interested in Chris. Shelly is coupled up with Ace, all of a sudden she makes it her mission to be the one to raise his heartbeat. You know, it's just creating this groundwork for an energy of competition between themselves and Black women so that, you know, they can get an ego boost by watching the Black men choose them over Black women. And all of this comes from a place of lack of self-worth. You know, perhaps they're not the beauty standard in their own community, or for whatever reason they do not feel like they are valuable or beautiful to the rest of society. So then their value system comes from being placed over Black women. Now, when a woman that is accustomed to this treatment from Black men enters a space where Black women are actually adored and cherished, or enters a space where a Black woman is suddenly considered to be more prettier than them, it causes a lot of discomfort because it is making them question the system in which they used to see the value within themselves. You know, if their value depends on being placed over a Black woman, seeing a Black woman that threatens that value system is going to be a very difficult pill to swallow. So when it comes to the psychology of women like Huda, I'm going to put it plain and simple and say that Huda is the kind of woman who interacts with Black men, is used to being placed above Black women, and whenever she is in a room with Black women, she automatically assumes that the attention is supposed to be on her. She automatically assumes that the Black women are beneath her, no matter how gorgeous they are. Because they are Black, they cannot be more beautiful than her. I truly believe that the success and admiration that Olandria is getting is bothering her so much for this exact reason. She feels like Olandria does not deserve that kind of attention or love, and in fact, she should be the one in that position. Now, let's go on to how Black women can spot women like Huda. You will notice that going back to the villa, Huda did not come into Olandria's life basically telling her that, oh, I believe you're beneath me because you're Black and yada yada. Huda actually seemed to be trying to build rapport with Olandria and Shelly, who were the two Black girls in the villa. She also seemed to be trying to build rapport with the Black men. She was calling them brother. And, you know, when it comes to Huda and Shelly, she talked to them in a way that she did not talk to their other castmates. Basically trying to, in a way, tell them like, I'm cool with you. I'm one of you guys. And then even after the show, she was caught hanging out with Olandria and Nick. You know, she'd be referring to Olandria and Nick as her mom and dad and to herself as their baby. I kind of already had a problem with that dynamic because I was like, why are we motherifying Olandria and babyfying Huda? And with that comes my first tip on how to notice these women from a mile away. So you need to understand that these women are not always going to show up in your life as women that explicitly tell you or show you that they hate black women or that they are in competition with you. Sometimes it's going to look like that woman trying to get close to you, that woman trying to befriend you and make you her bestie all of a sudden, that woman that looks so comfortable in black spaces, that woman that's always dating black men, that woman that has mastered quote unquote black culture so easily that you sometimes forget that she's not even black. You really, really have to vet these women when they come into your life, because some of them are only coming into your life as a gateway into the black community. Some of them know that by associating with black women, they are going to end up associating with black men, because black men are black women's brothers, they're black women's fathers, they're black women's uncles, right? And these are the people that they are trying to get to in order to get that ego boost. So in the same way that we have to vet romantic partners to figure out what their true intentions with us are, we also really have to vet these women, especially non-black women, when they try to befriend us and come into our life. You genuinely have to ask yourself questions like, how does she talk about black women? How does she talk about black men? Is she always dating black men? Is our friendship based on me having to take her to places where black people are all the time? Is the friendship dynamic one where I'm always the shoulder to cry on, but when I'm going through stuff, she's barely there to encourage me or cares about what I'm going through? What are the undertones of the things she says? Because sometimes you can pick up a lot from that too. For example, Sierra on Love Island, when she was coupled with Nick and Nick kissed Olandria, and she came out and said, you know, I'm just so glad that of all the people that you could have kissed, you kissed Olandria. I'm not threatened by that. I picked that up as her saying, like, Olandria is beneath me. Olandria is black, basically. And, you know, I'm not threatened by the fact that you kissed her, because obviously, why would you be attracted to her when she's black and I'm right here? Sometimes you can pick up that this is a woman that is trying to compete with black women, or this is a woman that is trying to use me to get into black spaces, or this is a woman who essentially just wants me to have a role of a sidekick in her life. And this will help you to determine whether or not you should even be interested in pursuing a friendship with this woman or even allowing her close to you. Ladies, I had plans to go on and on in this video about what this tells us about the societal standing of black women as far as the beauty standards are concerned. However, this video has gone on longer than I thought it would. So I am going to be making a follow-up video after this, and I'm going to talk about what all these events tell us about the societal standing of black women. If you found this conversation interesting and you want to listen into the next one, be sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Please note that all these things are based on my own life assessment and are not a representation of what the true reality might be. I mean, these people could have totally different perspectives. This is just my personal analysis of the situation. I would also love to hear your thoughts. So go ahead and leave a comment down below. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye. I will repeat that the only problem Black women have is that they don't actually believe. They've been conditioned to believe that their social position, as far as the beauty hierarchy goes, is that they're lowest on the totem pole and that they're there to serve people. The moment that Black women wake up and realize that they have inherent value, and in fact, a lot of the male gaze is directed towards them and their features, and they start competing like women that know this, nobody will be able to compete with Black women. So that's it for my video today, guys. Thank you so much for listening in. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. And if you are new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button because I have so much more videos coming up and I'd love for you to watch them, and I'd also love to hear your opinion. Okay, ladies, stay precious, stay beautiful, and know your place in society, which is at the top of the beauty hierarchy. Okay? Bye, guys.